at home with our design expert, Shay Gear of IBB Design Fine Furnishings.
Teens like to change up their room as often as they change their minds, but there's no need to start from scratch every time they do.
Shay Gear from IBB Design Home Furnishings shows us how a little planning can help keep your child's space her happy place.
Let's face it, kids, especially teenagers, can be very fickle. So why not do a design for their rooms that would grow with them and allow to change things out as they wanted? So we're actually out in the Highland Homes model home in the brand new subdivision of Timber Creek out in McKinney. And I want to show you some tricks that we used in this room that would allow you to do just that. So if you take a look at the room as a whole, most of your big pieces and design elements in this space are very neutral. So you'll see we have this great gray paint on the wall, and we did this fun element on the back wall behind the bed and sort of carried it around the room as well. We did the XOXO pattern for hugs and kisses as a design statement here, but it's just painted in the white on top of the gray, so very neutral. And then you'll look at the headboard itself as just a white linen with a pewter nail head, very simple and clean, classic shape on it. And then the nightstands are painted white. And then you'll even see the drapery over here. We used a gray and white stripe hung on a pewter rod, so it's a very simple designed drapery panel and a very classic rod, and then a white shutter on the window. And then the dresser is also painted white to coordinate with the nightstands. So those are all of your big pieces of furniture and design elements in this space. Now for the fun, we used some great artwork, this sort of abstract floral art we have in the room. We have a large painting, and then we have two smaller paintings that coordinate with it. So we use this as a jumping off point to bring in this really fun hot pink and bright tangerine orange. So let me show you how we did it on the bedding. So the big shams are in that same wide gray and white stripe that we used on the drapery panels, and then we did just some decorative pillows to bring in those pops of color. So you have two pattern pillows and then one really fun ribbon textured pillow, and then I love this love pillow that's there in the front. Now all the rest of the bedding is white, so it's a simple white duvet cover with a down comforter stuffed inside of it. So over for the nightstands we used a large scale lamp in that bright tangerine orange, and I love how this makes a really strong statement up against the neutral wall with that XOXO pattern back behind it. So you have a lot of pop over here, and then again the artwork gives you some pop in the room. And over on the dresser we brought in a little bit of an aqua and then the orange back in a decorative box. So just simple design elements that would be easily changed out in the future. Let's say there's such a range of color in the artwork. There's purples, there's greens, there's yellows, so many different colors that you could pull out and change things up a bit if your kid decides to change their mind, which we all know that will probably happen. So if you want to see this home in person, just log on to highlandhomes.com and search for the Timber Creek subdivision out in McKinney, and you'll find the directions to get out here. And as always, you can find us on social media at IBB Design. And don't forget to also subscribe to our quarterly magazine. It's IBB at Home. You can get a free copy inside our store at IBB Design, or log on to IBBathome.com.
You can get more creative ideas from IBB Design Fine Furnishings at Instagram, on Pinterest, Houzz, and on Twitter. And you can go to IBBdesign.com for more inspiration or to buy any of these items featured on today's show.
Get your oyster on.